In a recent interview with TNT Sports, Tom Aspinall had some words for Jon Jones. In reference to Jon calling for a fight against Alex Pereira, Tom believes he's playing games again. Tom said, if we can get old mate Jon to ever sign a contract with my name on the other side of the contract, I'll talk about him for hours on this show. Hours. But right now the guy is playing games again, trying to convince the public what he wants and what he doesn't want, which he does really, really well. As I said, we could chat about Jon if and when he ever signs a contract with my name on the other side of it. Because right now, let's be honest, it's not looking very likely. On Tom fighting at UFC 304, Tom continued, the last I knew, it was going to get announced this weekend at UFC 301, and obviously that's been and gone now. I don't know. Right now I have no idea what's going on. I wish I could come on the show. I wish I could announce on social media. I wish I could start dragging traffic that way, but right now I have no idea. I'm just getting myself prepared for that date. As far as opponents and stuff like that, I don't know what's going on right now. Sean O'Malley replied to Conor McGregor going off on him and Ryan Garcia last week. Ryan Garcia tested positive for a PED ostarine following his victory over Devin Haney, and a few years back, Sean popped for the same substance. Conor said that he would fly Sean and Ryan out to spar and bust them up. Here was Sean's reaction. He says that upon first seeing Conor's post, he was more sad than mad.
I was more sad than mad. I'm like, God.
Because it really was you're one of your favorites forever.
Oh, yeah. Now I cannot wait to see Michael Chandler absolutely just sleep him. I'm turning up. I'm changing up real quick. Fuck Conor. When you're right, idols turn to rivals. Yeah, I'm like, that'd be sick to train with him. He obviously was probably on some good amount of fun stuff. I think the tweet got deleted pretty quick. But it is what it is, man. Mm-hmm. I cried for a little bit. I'm over it.
I wonder what's going to go on with Ryan Garcia. Like, is he get his money taken? But I saw not a bunch. 3 people probably say he made $50 million.
What about, was it just the Austrian he tested for, or was it multiple things?
Yeah, or like, was it picograms?
Because I heard it was the picograms, the Austrian, which I'm like, dude, the reason he's getting so much attention is because it's such a big fight. He's so popular. I got a bunch of attention for it when that happened to me. It happens to so many athletes, but it's guys that no one knows about, no one cares about. It's not going to get brought up. It's not going to affect anyone. But the reason this is circulating is because it's Ryan Garcia. It's such a big thing. But fucking happens, dude. The picograms, when you're not...
Well, it would be different if it was like Austrian was like this thing, like, hey, no, shit's gonna, like, it's gonna help you out. But if you look what it is, you can buy it at GNC in a pill form, and it's, especially picograms, it's like, come on. That's the reason the UFC changed it.
Yeah, my shit got overturned because of how low the levels were. The scientists deemed there was no benefits to it. There's no, like, if you have that low of levels in your systems, there's no way you took Austrian, because your levels wouldn't be that low. It had to have been a tainted supplement. I'm curious what his levels were.
Alexander Volkanovski is open to fighting Max Holloway for a 4th time now that he has the BMF title. Speaking to Fox Sports Australia, Volk said, would I fight him? I mean, now that he's got a BMF, we might have to do this. You know what I mean? I was always sitting there like, how could you do it? But maybe there is something there. You know, there's a BMF now. For me, it's 3-0. How can you get yourself out of bed for that? A BMF is something I haven't touched before, so maybe we can do that, you know? So we'll see what happens. Rampage Jackson reveals what he would do to combat the slippery canvas while fighting in Japan and the UFC.
What I do is probably illegal in America.
Tell me, I don't want to say what I do.
Yeah, I can say what I do because I don't do it no more.
Yeah.
You know, I first started noticing the canvas was slippery even when I was fighting in Japan. You know what I used to do? I used to go to the sports store and I used to get this resin for handball. What I did was I put it on the bottom of my foot, then I stepped in a plastic bag, and then I put my socks over it. And because in Japan, they don't have a commission. So it wasn't against the rules, but they probably frown upon it. When I take my sock off, I take the whole plastic bag off and the sock, nobody saw it. So I did it a couple times in the UFC too, and they never caught, and it makes it sticky. But if I forgot, I had to stay in the middle of the paint.
Cory Sandhagen versus Umar Nurmagomedov has been booked for UFC Abu Dhabi on August 3rd. Cory posted a video to his Instagram firing back at backlash that he's been receiving from fans.
Yo, what's up, guys? Hey, I know you guys saw the announcement, fighting August 5th against Umar Nurmagomedov. I'm getting a lot of haters saying, why would you fight this far down in the rankings? He's gonna beat my ass, blah, blah, blah. 2 reasons. 1, Umar's a great fighter, and I'm not trying to be world champ if I'm not the actual best in the entire world. So fighting Umar is a great challenge, and I accept it. And number 2, because I'm a beast, that's why. Peace, I'll see you guys in Nashville.
Dustin Poirier challenges Islam Makhachev for the UFC lightweight title at UFC 302 on June 1st. Ahead of the fight, Dustin says that Islam is more of a threat than Khabib. Dustin fought Khabib for the belt back in 2019 and was submitted via rear naked choke in the 3rd round. Speaking to MMAfighting.com, Dustin said his submission game jiu-jitsu-wise is a little bit more versatile than Khabib's was. Khabib had some chokes that did really well, but Islam's put himself in bad positions going for arm bars. Maybe he loses a position, but he trusts his wrestling to get it back. He's a little bit more of a threat jiu-jitsu-wise in scrambles, and his striking is better than Khabib's. I kind of feel like some of the stuff he says, he might not be respecting me, but I'm going to put my hands on this guy. I'm coming in there to hurt him. This is my last shot. Mom spaghetti. Let's go. I haven't been keeping up a whole lot, but when I was at the gym, Mike Brown told me, man, I think this guy may be underestimating your jiu-jitsu and underestimating how dangerous you are. I think what he was referring to was an interview of Islam saying this is an easy fight for me. I was tagged in a bunch of stuff on Instagram and Twitter of him saying that. I don't know. Maybe he goes about all fights like that, but I could finish and beat anybody at 155 pounds in the world. I really believe that, and he doesn't have to believe it. I'm the one who has to believe it, and I'm the one who has to go out there and beat his I can do that. Sean Strickland wants to fight Mike Perry to test how good he is. Perry had this to say on the Overdogs podcast.
Sean Strickland, me and him, Sean Strickland wants to punch me in the face so bad. I have to protect myself if I ever meet him.
Why does he want to fight you?
Because I'm me, and he wants to punch on me because he thinks the same way.
He wants to fight everybody he walks into.
I need to practice some more MMA.
I'm talking straight up. I'm just talking straight up bare knuckle here, man. I think you mop Sean. Alex has got some size on him. I think him and Alex would be a good fight, bare knuckle.
Let's get 2 NFL players in the ring at the same time against me.
Overdogs podcast posted this clip to their Instagram. Sean left a comment. He said, man, it's out of respect. You're crushing it. I just want to see how good you are. And that's going to wrap it up for the news. Thanks for watching. For daily MMA news and content, subscribe to Full Mount MMA and click the bell icon to be notified when we post videos. Here are the 3 top comments from last video. The first one's from Niall Dunbar. It's in reference to the back and forth between Jon Jones and Ben Askren. It says Askren never said he was a draw. Jones doing everything in his power to deflect attention away from the Aspinall fight. The second one's from Ray Harris. It's in reference to The Rock starting his MMA training camp for his upcoming movie. It says The Rock training MMA in panties? WTF. And the final one's in reference to Tito Ortiz hitting himself in the face with a microphone.
I'm thankful for showing Bangkok Casino for having us here. It's going to only get better, bigger, and better. So thank you guys so much.
From Punjabi Piccolo Clips, says Dana and Tito will be beefing when they're old AF. Their drama is too funny. Those were the 3 top comments from last video. If you want to be featured in the next one, all you have to do is comment down below. And if you missed yesterday's news, click the video on screen right now to get caught up.